Hi, my name is Jiyoung Yu. I play Tina in Freaky Tales.
Hi, Ryan Fleck, one of the directors and writers of Freaky Tales.
Anna Bowden, the other director and writer of Freaky Tales.
I'm Jack Champion. I play Lucid in Freaky Tales.
Hi, my name is Dominique Thorne. I play Barbie in Freaky Tales.
Actually, I probably might be easier, right? Hi, my name is Normani, and I play Entice in Freaky Tales.
I'm Pedro Pascal. I play Clint in Freaky Tales.
So hard to follow that Pedro. Oh my goodness. I'm Jay Ellis, and I play Sleepy Floyd.
I mean, literally the voice. We built that. We agreed we really wanted Tina to sound like an Oakland native. We wanted that to really be part of her story. So I did my best to do an Oakland accent, and I met with a dialect coach. It was coming off another movie, so it was really, really tight. And the day before we started filming, I had 1 hour with the dialect coach and then jumped in.
I pretty much just used my normal accent, especially because the character Lucid is not supposed to be an Oakland native. He's supposed to be he's kind of just getting into the punk scene, and so I basically just had to use my own accent.
I'd say similarly, we were also kind of speaking about bringing some sense of Oakland into Barbie and Entice. I think Oakland is also just so rich, you know? There's so many sources to go to for the voice, especially if we're speaking in terms of hip-hop, and a black presence in Oakland at that time. So just kind of listening to videos of, figures, musicians, the soundtrack alone was great. So that was kind of my route.
We had time to actually spend in Oakland. I forget the artist. We went to a concert, and just finding inspiration and finding the voice, honestly, just by being immersed with culture, I think, and just being in it really did help. And we also did work with a dialect coach as well.
Sure did.
I think we had one lesson too.
Great lesson.
So it was a quick turnaround, but she did what needed to be done with us. So yes.
I actually spoke to Anna and Ryan about it. Ryan being from Oakland and knowing that there is a sound, not one sound, but many sounds that come from natives of Oakland, and I'm not from there. And I think I started to attempt it, and Ryan was like, talk more like yourself. A little bit, not on camera or anything. No, you guided me into something that was more truthful. And it was I was able to rely really on the character that was there, because I didn't want to betray story by trying to sound like something that I wasn't.
I didn't talk to Ryan and Anna about this, but I kind of took it upon myself to try to figure out Sleepy's accent, because Sleepy, being a real human, Eric Sleepy Floyd, he was actually born in North Carolina or Virginia. He went to school out east, so I actually wanted to try to figure out what his accent was. There was a bit of a southern draw to it, and so I showed up on set and did that long monologue. And one of you guys walked over to me and was like, "Is that like an accent?" And I was like, "Yeah." And you were like, "Okay," and then we rocked with it, so it worked.
And it was the first time that we'd heard you speak in the movie, even though we'd worked with you for days. Because Sleepy Floyd, as you'll find out, is a strong but not very talkative man in most of the movie.
The punks, actually, we all got to go to the actual Gilman, and we got to meet some of the punks who were part of that scene in the 80s, some of whom are the people who called and booked Green Day's first gigs. Really, really cool. And that was amazing, and there's nods to it throughout the costumes. A lot of my shirts and the back of one of my jumpsuits is all the women-led punk bands at the time. Yeah, let's go. And that was a great bonding experience. We got to see some great bands.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
What were they called? Pool Boy Affair, I think is what they were called. They were really fun. And Aphids and Gulch, who are the bands in the movie, are also just amazing. Yeah. And we just kind of goofed off on set.
Yeah.
Just for a little bit of background, this is there are 4 chapters, and they're all pretty separate, and so not all of these actors got to work that much together. These two spent a lot of time together. These two spent a lot of time together. But beyond that, it's like within their separate chapters, they didn't spend that much time together. But they're kind of these 4 separate kind of underdog stories where we get to kind of have this little wish fulfillment fantasy where these underdogs have their day. And this punk story that they're talking about, the Gilman Street, is like a real punk venue, and it's based a little bit on a true story, a true underdog story, where these punks kind of stood up to these Nazi skinheads who would come in and beat them up. And so they did get to meet the real punks who back in the 80s did stand up to these Nazi skinheads.
That was cool, yeah.
And that was like a really memorable part of the experience for me as well. And so it was like a group of these actors. I mean, it was probably like 10 or 15 of you who like got to meet the older statesmen of the punk movement in the East Bay.